Hey Nation, what's up? Todd Lamb here with Doc Goodale. We're gonna go over some technique videos. Now, if you wanna be adding muscle, but you get stuck in a hotel gym, or if you're at home now and you don't have the weight you need, how do you still pack on the muscle with a limited amount of weight and maybe a limited amount of equipment? What do you got for us, Doc?
Okay guys, so we're gonna stick to 2 strategies today, guys, to help you out. So the first strategy that I really like, if I'm training at home, I'm training on the road, is using isometric holds. Okay, what are isometric holds? It's just we're doing a hold in a various position of the movement. So I'm gonna demonstrate 2 ways we can do this, one with a compound movement and one with an isolation movement that will take the intensity of the exercise way up and it kind of help us overload, especially if we're kind of hitting a plateau with the weights that we've got or what we've got access to.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Can you go over what a compound movement is for those guys who are just kind of bringing up their physical literacy up to speed here so everybody knows what we're talking about?
Great question, Todd. So a compound movement, guys, is a movement that's usually going to take multiple joints into account and multiple muscle groups.
Nice.
An isolation movement is usually around one joint. It's not going to be around one muscle, but we're directing the majority of the training towards that one muscle.
Nice,
Okay.
right on. Let's get at it.
So first one we're going to talk about is a pull-up. So, or actually a chin-up, because I'm going to go palms into a supinated grip, which is palms forward towards me. Yeah, so if I'm going to use isometric holds in chin-ups, I like it in 2 positions. One is at the top position and one is at the midpoint. So if I'm going to be doing some chin-up reps, what I can do, let's say level 1 would be just to pull up and hold that top position for a certain amount of time. I can do that for each rep, or I could do it for an extended period of time at the end of a certain number of reps. If I want to kind of go to level 2, I can come up, hold for a certain period of time, come down to the halfway point, hold for a certain period of time, come back down all the way. If I want to go to level 3, I'll come up halfway, hold, come all the way up, hold, come back down to halfway, hold, all the way back down. Those hold, guys, probably anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds, and you can do them for your normal sets of reps that you're typically doing, let's say 3 by 6 to 8, whatever works best for you with your current ability. If you're gonna just do one long hold at, let's say, the end of 5 to 6 reps, that will go a little bit longer. I'd suggest you hold it for anywhere from starting maybe at 20 seconds all the way up to over, let's say, a minute to a minute and a half.
Okay, guys. So while Doc catches his breath, because believe it or not, doing those and talking ain't easy. What you should have noticed as he was up in the eccentric and concentric position, so top and bottom, his ribs were nice and collapsed. He wasn't arcing, sticking out his butt, putting everything. He was just nice and stable through here, and his ribs were close to his hips and braced through that trunk. That's a thing we talk about a lot through all of our programs, Apex Abs, the home workout system. We're working on bracing that trunk, and we'll do lots of videos for that so it gets nailed down in our noggins here. What do you got next?
Okay, so now we're gonna kind of use the same principle with this isolation movement. So let's talk about biceps. So if I'm gonna be doing this in a bicep curl, guys, probably best position to do these pauses is at that midpoint. So once again, we can come all the way up. Level 1, hold at that midpoint on the negative or the eccentric, come back down and do that for reps. If we want to kind of go up to level 2, we're kind of coming all the way up, holding, sorry, I screwed that up. Level 2 would be hold on the way up, kind of come up, hold on the way down, and then back down. So all we're doing is we're adding those short pauses at kind of the position where the lever is at not the most advantageous position in that movement. So guys, right here, that forearm's fully lengthened, we're at that midpoint for the bicep. That's gonna be where it's gonna be really, really challenging for that bicep to work. If I wanted to say do the same thing with, say, a shoulder raise, my isometric holds would once again be in that really long lengthened position with the lever. So holding out at that full extension. So play around with it, but what you're basically looking to do is add difficulty at those levels, at those positions that, it's already a challenging position, but I just don't have that much load. I'm kind of using that to overload at that position.
See guys, it's really important that we be creative in the gym. We don't have to have 5,000 pounds or walls and walls of dumbbells to walk up and down. You be creative. You can get jacked, add muscle with limited amounts of weight if you just understand kind of how to work those levers, how to be creative in the gym, add some pauses, add some holds, change tempo, all of these kinds of things that we're continuously talking about. Anything else to add on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you one more, guys.
Ooh.
Very similar, it's another form of isometric, but now we're in a stretch position. So for this one, actually, I'm gonna come over to the bench. So let's use this, for example, in a bench press example. You could also do this in a push-up. These are also great for some movements like squats and split squats, but let's use the bench press today to show you guys how we're gonna do it. So I like to do this one of two ways.
Need a spot, man.
I'm right now, maybe. Definitely on rep 3, buddy. Definitely on rep 3.
Come on.
So let's say I'm just doing my normal dynamic reps, not the heaviest weight, so maybe I gotta go really, really high in weight. What I might do is on the very last rep, go down in the bottom position, loaded stretch, feel that stretch through the working muscle. So I really want to feel the stretch through the pecs, not necessarily the shoulders. So I'm not gonna go all the way to the bottom because now I feel the stretch in the shoulders. I wanna get that loaded stretch in the pecs, and I'm just gonna hold for time. So I can do that after a certain set of dynamic reps. I could just do it all to itself. And my suggestions, guys, with those loaded stretches is that you hold them 30 to 90 seconds. And once again, you know, a few sets. And what that loaded stretch is actually doing is actually, you know, it's kind of occluding the blood flow in that area, and it's helping to create tension in that area. And once again, in a very disadvantaged position for the joint. So it's going to be very helpful in creating overload because we just don't have a ton of weight to normally do it by just loading on more and more weight to make it harder and harder.
Awesome. Guys, that's what we're trying to do here, right? We're always trying to overload that muscle so that we force the adaptation so that we can add muscle, grow, get jacked, look great. So those are 3 killer strategies to look your best, feel your best, add some difficulty with a limited amount of weight, limited amount of equipment that you can do anywhere, anytime. So if you like that, give us a thumbs up. Make sure if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. We'll get back to you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're always here trying to deliver new and exciting content for you guys that'll help you look and feel your best. See you in the next one.
Have a good one, guys.
Cheers.